Hi everybody, welcome to this new video series. It's a video series where we play with the authors, and today I'm joined by Tobias. Hi Tobias. I'm joined by Heiko too.
Hello, good day.
And I'm joined also with Álvaro.
Hello.
And we're going to play our new game. It's called Peak Oil Profiteer. What you can see here is like more or less final art, okay? It might change different when it's being produced physically, but more or less it will get you a good idea of the final product. So guys, you think it's okay if I start with, I'm going to do a little overview, okay? So that the viewers know more or less what the rules are for the game, and then we'll start playing, yeah? Sounds good?
Yes. Awesome. Let's do that.
Okay, cool. So what do we have to do in Peak Oil Profiteer? Well, I'm showing in my screen right now. We have a country here that has oil, and we like oil since we work for oil companies. So what we have to do in this game is basically get filthy rich. Am I right?
Very rich. Lots of this money here.
So what do we need is at the end of the game, you see that each player here, I'm pointing with my hand, has a money counter. We all start with like, let's say 5 million. So at the end of the game, the player that has more money in their account is going to be the winner. And when is that going to happen? When is the end of the game? Well, we see here in the central board, in the middle part, on the lower part too, we have the corruption counter. It starts, as you can see, this country is a bit corrupt, so it starts at 93. Whenever this counter gets to 100%,
percentage of corruption, right?
Exactly.
That's important.
So we start at 93%, and if it gets over to 100%, then the game ends. Okay, we would finish the round that we're playing, but that would be it. And what is the main mechanic? So the main mechanic, the viewers can already see the cards in my hand. Each player has 5 cards. They are the same for each player, okay? And every turn, what we do, and well, every round, because the game is played in rounds, each player chooses one of the 5 cards and places it face down in front of them. Let's say, for example, I choose this one, so I place it. Then when everybody has chosen their card for the round, we go calling the actions one by one. And the actions we can see here, we have a handy reminder. So the actions are, number 1 is networking, number 2 is sell weapons, number 3 is buy drilling rights, number 4 is sell oil, and number 5 is contingency. I'm not going to explain every single card now. We're going to learn that as we play through. But basically, you just have to know that when everybody has chosen the card, then we would say, okay, who has chosen, what's the first one? The first one is networking. So we would say, who has chosen networking? And the players that have chosen that action will flip their cards. In this instance, for example, it's me. I don't know if whether Heiko or Tobias had played a number 1 card. No? Well, but it turns out that Álvaro did. So in this case, since we are both taking the same action, we would go here at the top of this deck. That tells us the order in which players play. So in this case, Álvaro is white and I'm yellow. I'm further up the scale, so I would take my action first, and then Álvaro would take his action. And whenever we've gone through the 5 different actions for the turn, we go to the next round. Also, you'll notice here that each player has some cylinders in their color. Each player has 3 cylinders in their color, no? As you can see. And there's also these round tokens, which they represent the leaders of this country that we have in here. But it's not that easy. okay, because this country is currently being fought over by 3 different factions that we also have represented here on these counters on the right part of the board. We have the government, we have the National Liberation Front, and the communist guerrillas. That would be the red one, am I right? Yes, nobody says anything, so I'm guessing that I'm correct.
Yeah, correct.
So, and as you can see, these leaders, they are identified by the color of the token. So, for example, this leader here would belong to the guerrillas, this one would belong to the National Liberation Front, and this one would belong to the government. But they are also identified by the symbol or the icon that is in there. We have 3 different types of leader. The sunglasses are political leaders, the beards are religious leaders, and this beret thing, this hat, is a marking of the military leader. And what are those leaders here in the game? Well, we can become friends with them, and basically they will let us break the rules of the game. Yeah, sorry, there was a bit of beeping. There's a bit of noise coming from the streets, but hopefully it won't happen again. So as I was saying, basically every leader lets you do something. For example, if you are friends with a political leader, you will have advantages when buying drilling rights. If you are friends with a military guy, you might be able to steal oil from from other players, and the religious leader will maybe denounce another leader and take his post. Okay, we'll see that throughout the gameplay. So guys, I don't know if you want to add something to this quick overview of the game.
No, I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's going to be obvious how it works when you play. I think it's really not.
Yeah, and any details which can come up later, we can discuss when it becomes important.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You know, we can play as we can teach as we play, since the mechanics.
The thing is those cards here. One is flipped each round, so
exactly.
And it's either going to be a consultant that you can hire to help you, or it's going to be an event. And events are basically what increases corruption. So if there's a mild civil war or an NGO taking action in that country, all of those things will increase corruption. So, and those happen via this event deck, and this also changes the order in which ties are broken in each round.
Exactly. And just as a quick note, that I didn't say that, but we did the full setup before I started recording the video. So this deck here, it's stacked in a way that we know more or less the probability or the chance to have an event, but it's never mathematic, okay? You cannot really count when the event is going to happen. So I will give for the viewers a quick look at what happens in a round. Okay, in a round, what do? We flip the contingency card. That's what Heiko just did, and we've seen that the contingency, while the consultant available for this round is the military advisor. Then what we do, all players play an action card face down, and then we call the actions in order, okay? So I see that Heiko has chosen the card, Tobias has chosen a card, Albert should choose a card too, and I'm going to choose a card too. Okay, mine is chosen, and Albert's chosen, so everybody has chosen a card, so now we flip them. Sorry. My mistake. Sorry. I got too excited. So, what do we need to do now?
So we call the actions in order. So we start with number 1, networking. Did anybody pick networking?
I haven't.
Nobody did pick networking. Did anybody pick sell weapons? I want to sell weapons. Oh.
Well, looks like everybody, there was like a hive mind here. So we all picked sell weapons. And since we go here at the top of the deck to see who is going to play first. In this case, I'm yellow player, I'm going to play first, then it's going to be Tobias, then Heiko, and Álvaro will be last, okay? Remember that the top of the card changes every round, so, okay? So what do you have to do to sell weapons? I'm going to explain very quickly. You can only, correct me if I'm wrong, but well, the card tells you that you can only sell weapons to a faction where you have a leader, okay? So in this case, I only have a leader from the red faction. You can see it here. That's my military guy. So I can only sell weapons to the red faction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this right part of the board here, and I'm going to pick up a cube. And I'm also getting some money because I'm selling them the weapons. So I let's say I cross the column of where I'm taking the cube with the row of the action that I'm doing, which is the second one, is the sell weapons. You can see it's marked with the weapon here. So I would get 5 million for my services, and I'm also going to take that cube and put it in a region of the map that is already controlled by that faction. At the start of the game, it has to be this region here. And then I'm going to roll the die, because there will always only be one cube of a given faction in a given region, okay? So cubes will never coexist. So I rolled a 4, and now I go to this region borders, and I see that here I have a 5 and a 4 and a 2 and a 3. So for this cube goes to this region. We can see that this region has an oil rig icon. That means that that region produces oil. And now finally I'm going to get 5 millions for my troubles here. And it's Tobias' turn.
So what the dice rolling actually represents is we sell them weapons. That means they can outfit new groups or new army groups, basically. That's the new cube that you put their new troops. But we cannot tell them where to move the troops. They have preferences, which areas or regions of the country they want to control.
Exactly.
And that's why we roll the die to see where they actually move. We can see that those guys from the guerrillas would rather move in this coastal region because they have 3 numbers here and only 2 up here.
Exactly.
But you never know. And if you roll a 6, they ask you. They say, "Look, you sold us those great weapons. Do you think we should go here or there? What's your advice in this situation?" So that's why you roll the die to move the cubes on the in the country. But yeah.
And that's where I wanted them to go. So it turns out that it was good for me. Also, just noting that we have some lines here on the board, and those are the possible routes that we can use to sell the oil, but we'll see that in a bit.
Okay,
so Tobias, your turn.
Yeah, so I'll sell a few weapons too. I'll sell weapons to the brown faction, which is, I think, the government.
Yep.
Because I'm totally pro stability and stuff. So I sell them to here. I roll die. Die. Rolling. And I get a 6.
Well,
I can move
good.
wherever I want. That's pretty good. So I'm going to occupy and pacify this oil rig.
Okay.
And now, if I manage this interface, I'll get a bit of money.
Yeah.
That's good.
You should take 5 million.
Yeah, awesome. I have it.
Okay, so now it's Heiko's turn.
So, since I also only have a red leader, the red religious leader, I can only sell weapons to red. And since they now have already more weapons, their faction is stronger, they give me less money, only 4 for each weapon shipment I sell. So selling weapons to red means I get 4 monies. I do that first.
But also now you have a choice where you're going to put that cube, right?
Yes, that's the upside. So I take this troop and I can pick if I put it here or there. Obviously, I want them to either fight the government here or take this oil rig. So I have, because I control the red guy, so it's good for me if they control oil. So I put it here, so they may end up here, which would be nice. Let's see, I roll a die to find out if I manage to actually roll the die. And they want to go direction number 5, which would be back down to where another red troop already exists. This is obviously a stupid idea, so they ask me, where do you want us to go? And I tell them, well, come on, go over there. That's a great idea. Why not go there? So if they decide to go somewhere where they cannot go, because that's already occupied by the same faction, they ask you, and it's like you rolled a 6.
Exactly. And now, do you get your monies? Yeah, you get your monies.
I take back my card, and I'm done for this round.
Alvaro's turn.
Yes, so I also did the sell weapons action, and I will place the cube here. I will earn 5 million.
You will earn 4.
4.
I already sold them. They have already a lot of guns.
Top.
Exactly,
Okay.
you will get 9.
And now I roll, and it's a 6. So I
you can choose the movement.
Yeah, kill the red guy so the price will go up.
No. Do not kill the red guy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, so Alvaro, what happens when you do that?
well, the government and the communist guerrilla kill themselves.
So there's a big fight going on here, and we take back the cubes.
You can never know. Like, at least they probably they killed themselves.
Yeah,
notice that this guy over here, the military advisor, it says if fighting happens, you might decide to let the attacker win. So in this case, if Alvaro had this card, he could have just removed the red cube and keep the brown cube. Okay?
Which would in this case be good for Alvaro because he controls a brown guy.
Exactly.
Like a government leader.
So, and it's very important to note that you always take back the card that you used, the action card. They are not like spent or anything. You could take this same action twice in a row if you wanted.
Or all the time, each turn if you want
or each turn, yeah.
So that was round number 1.
Exactly.
Round number 2 starts. We flip a new contingency card, which in this case is a PR expert that helps you doing networking. How it works, we don't know yet because there's no networking that went on so far, so nobody knows how this action works, but it's good to know it's there.
Okay, so time to choose a card. Well, I see that you guys have already chosen. Let me see what I want. Okay. I'm actually going to... Yeah, sorry. Okay, I'm good.
Oh, business company has chosen, finally. All right. Did anybody pick action number 1, networking?
Yes, I did.
I did.
Whoa.
Okay.
In that case, we again check the order in which all those actions happen. It would start with the orange company, Common Multinational, which is not taking part. Second in turn is United Venture, and that is Tobias. Tobias, take your turn.
That would be me. Awesome. So what I now can do is I can bribe one of the leaders, which is not yet...
No.
So,
okay,
you
first
should draw the blackmail card first and then bribe the leader.
You're totally right. I take a blackmail card like this one. Okay, interesting. Yeah, the blackmail cards allow you, they give you blackmail material on one of the political leaders. And different leaders have a different amount of blackmail which is available. I think basically the religious guys have very little dirt on them, and the political guys tend to have more. So the chance is I have a political or military blackmail card, and you can play that blackmail card at the start of your turn, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. Before doing anything else. So now that you did draw a blackmail card already, you cannot play it this turn.
Yeah, exactly. But the next turn I could play it. And if it's a blackmail card of a leader which is in play, for instance, the red religious leader.
There's no blackmail cards for any religious leader.
Yeah,
because they're totally pure of mind.
The red military leader, which is taken, I could then take the military leader to me. So he now listens to what I say. Unless the player controlling the military leader also has a blackmail card for that guy, so he can play it to block my influence attempt.
Blackmail attempt. So, and on the leaders, there's little blackmail symbols that, those little crosses that look like the symbol on the backside of the blackmail card, and there's a number in that cross that tells you how many blackmail cards for this leader there are in total. There's 15 blackmail cards in total, and for example, there's 2 for the red political leader on the right here.
Yeah. Yes. That makes the bearded guys pretty safe. Okay, so now I've done that. The real point, I think, is to buy one of the leaders which is at this point not taken. Yeah. Yeah. So I want a blue leader because these look pretty cheap. The price is again determined here in this table. The blue guy goes for 1 money. So I get a religious blue leader and pay 1 money.
So yeah, it's not buying a leader, it's bribing a leader. It's a really nice thing to do. You're not really buying them.
Yeah, I'm buying him a new car and now he likes me.
Right.
Okay, that's my action.
So next
Alvaro's turn.
Alvaro. Alvaro, start by drawing a blackmail.
I was muted.
So
sorry.
you start by drawing a blackmail card, Alvaro, here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
And then you can bribe a leader, either one of those leaders that are here, or a leader owned by another player.
I am bribing the religious leader here.
Okay.
Good choice.
The government religious leader, great idea.
And I have to pay 2, right?
2, correct.
Exactly. We see here brown. This bribing, so he needs to pay 2 to the back.
Yep.
Okay.
So the difference, I mean, you can always also just bribe a leader that another player controls. Like anybody can bribe any leader. But if they're not controlled, so if they're in the middle, like these 3 guys here, you only pay the bribe money once because they're easy to bribe. They don't really have good friends like foreign companies like us. So they don't are as expensive to bribe. But if they're already in a player's area, like my red religious leader or those 2 guys Tobias has here, then they're more expensive to bribe because you have to bribe them and you have to bribe somebody else, me or Tobias or whoever controls them, so we don't make a fuss about it.
Exactly.
So there's an easy way to steal leaders, but it tends to be expensive.
Okay, so I'm going to take my turn. I'm going to first draw one of these cards, and then I'm going to bribe this mister here. The red political leader is going to cost me 2 million. Well, it's 2 million well spent, I think.
Maybe.
And we continue.
Yeah, so since all three of you already took your action, I'm the last in a round to take my action, I can just flip my card, and it is contingency. If you take a contingency action, you basically take the topmost card or use the topmost card if it's not a advisor, as in this case, and do what it says. So in this case, it's an advisor, consultant. I just take him. I now have this guy, and whenever I do a networking action, it's modified by my PR expert. And when I bribe controlled leaders, I do not have to bribe the player controlling that leader.
Exactly. You only have to pay to the bank, no? To the guy.
Correct.
Basically.
Because even if that other company makes a fuss about me bribing persons in this country in civil war, my PR expert will spin it in a way that makes it look like it's not really that bad. I mean, look at those guys. So that was this round.
Yeah,
I take
that was
back.
round number 2. So we go back. We'll go to round number 3.
I take a new card, flip it, and it's again a consultant. It's an operations expert. If you sell oil, you're allowed to move one troop first. So that is the same thing that you do when you sell weapons to somebody, and then they move by rolling the die. When you sell oil, first you may pick any one troop on the board and say this troop should move, and then you roll the die and see what happens. And after that, you sell oil. Why that might be of interest, we'll see once anybody sells. I'll not explain that now.
Okay, so choose your cards.
But choose wisely.
Yeah, but the best choice is obvious. Really.
Totally. Always. So, did anybody pick action number 1, networking?
I did.
Nobody did. Did anybody pick action number 2, sell weapons?
Yeah.
That's
me.
It's you.
No one else.
No, looks like you're the only one selling weapons.
Yeah, awesome. In that case, I'm going to support the poor blue faction.
The National Liberation Front, okay.
Liberation Front.
Also,
that's so nice. So nice.
I happen to pay the most right now.
But that's not why you...
No, of course not. I will get Tobias 5 million, which is not bad.
Exactly, I get 5 million. And if I manage to roll the...
Press R.
Yeah.
They want to go...
It's number 2.
No? Yeah? Okay. And now they move... It's not easy.
South.
Not easy being green. With this freaking laptop. Alright, and they move south and occupy the oil field. Awesome.
Nice.
And now I get 5 zillion.
Perfect. Did anybody pick action number 3, buy drilling rights?
I did.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
And coincidentally, somebody checked who's going to take the turn first in this round, and Omnicorp is going before Business Company Engineering Incorporated.
I know.
Which is exactly what I wanted to do. So, at the start of my action, I can either use a blackmail card to blackmail the leader, or if I control a religious leader, I can tell that religious leader to change the structure of his faction a bit and have the current one of the other leaders executed and take over his office.
Ooh. Are you sure you don't want the military guy?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain.
Okay.
So I tell my religious leader, execute the political leader of that faction you belong to and take his office. So now I got this other guy, which is a lot more helpful for what I'm going to do now. I am going to buy drilling rights. To buy drilling rights, again, I have to check this chart and see I can only buy drilling rights from a faction I control the leader of, so I can only buy drilling rights from the red faction. And the red faction currently wants 6 quadrillions for me to get a drilling right. So I would have to pay 6 millions from my 9 millions to get a drilling right and pop down one of those guys here, then I have a drilling right. But if I control the political leader, he's such a nice guy and he knows the right persons and he forges some papers, so I get that for free. I don't have to pay anything. How nice.
That sounds like you're cheating.
It's kind of a...
You're making this all up.
Kind of a little bit, yeah. Okay.
But so that means I plunked down my drilling right marker in this red area, and now I got drilling rights right here.
Okay.
Also means that nobody else can buy these drilling rights currently, because I got it. There's only one player can have drilling rights for any given region. So I'm done.
So now it would be my turn because I'm next to you on the turn order, but I can't because I only have a red leader. So what should I do in this case?
Well, if you take an action and you cannot do it, which is different than you don't want to do it. It could be you take your turn and you don't want to do it. You still have to do it then. But if you cannot do it, like as in this case, because I did things that block you, you automatically take back your round card, that card, correct? And put down your card number 5, contingency. Because you got a contingency plan for that, and you will automatically take action number 5, which always is kind of pretty cool.
Okay. But do I do it now or do I have to wait until
you do now? Yeah.
Okay.
At that moment you cannot do. You cannot
I would
take
the
No. Sorry. You put down the card now, but take the action when it's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay, so it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
I will use my religious leader to kill this political leader here and take his position. And then I will buy drilling rights for free for the government or in a government region, which is this one. And here I am. And that's all.
Bazinga.
Okay, so it will be me now, no? Because no, Tobias has already played, right?
Right.
So I would take this guy, the operations expert.
So now when you drill for oil, you may move a troop. You drill oil? Sell oil.
When I sell oil, I may move one troop first.
That's pretty useful, actually.
I see, I hope. Okay, so next round, no?
Yes.
Round number 4, I think. Event.
Event.
Okay.
Presidential election. First, we increase corruption by 1. And then in this round, we all will play 2 action cards and use both of them when it's the turn for them to happen. So first, we increase corruption by 1 to 94%.
Exactly.
So if now somebody takes the action number 5, contingency, they, instead of getting a consultant, they take the action printed on this card, which is draw 2 blackmail cards and increase corruption by 1. So you speed up the game, but you also get a really cool thing. And only the first player to take that, the contingency action will actually use that. The next player would get this card below. So pick both actions for this round.
We have to pick 2 actions for the turn. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it sometimes is useful to check your position in turn order. Like I'm Omnicorp, I'm the last this round. So
yeah, it's pretty cool that this double action thing comes up when I'm the first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Does everyone...
Business company is not ready for business yet.
Yellow guy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying my best here.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anybody pick action number 1? Yes, I did.
I did.
I did.
2.
All right.
Okay.
Please, everybody take your actions before me.
Okay, so I'll start. First thing I do is I take a blackmail card. If I can
Yeah.
focus
It's here.
cursor. Oops. Okay, got it. And now I will befriend one of the guys. I will. Did I lose a leader?
Yeah. Generic Incorporated had your brown leader killed. And
Exactly. It's in here.
Ah, that's not nice. Okay.
Well, I mean, he was obviously not.
Okay, in that case,
religious.
I buy the brown religious leader.
Surprise.
He has a beard anyway, so that's much cooler. Which costs me 2 money. Guys. I'm not made of money. Okay, that's my action number 1.
Take back your card.
Yeah.
Then it's Generic Incorporated's turn.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Didn't notice that.
I will draw a blackmail card that I don't place in my hand. Wait a second. And I will bribe this leader, I think.
Dude,
That is quite expensive.
are you really certain you want to annoy me that much? There are others which are much more interesting.
Maybe, but
Well,
I really feel like I want to do this.
Okay.
Yeah, so it costs me like 2, right?
No,
Yeah.
4.
4.
Actually.
Yeah, 2 to Tobias and 2 to the bank.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yes, and this guy is mine,
Uh-huh.
and I am down to 3 million.
This is
And
not
you've got the 3 government leaders. That's cool.
Yeah, Alvaro, maybe you didn't get that. You want to have lots of money, not sets of chips.
Yeah.
I know.
All right,
I know.
keep going.
Okay, I'm going to take okay, I'm going to draw a card from here. Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to, I have to bribe, well, I should bribe one guy, and I don't know who to bribe.
Well, actually, you don't have to. You can
No,
just
but
say.
I want to.
Okay.
It's the brown leaders are pretty attractive, by the way. It's a popular choice too.
I think I'm actually going to bribe one brown leader, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you really want to do
No,
that?
I'm going to bribe this guy. Yep. Come
I
here.
was wondering why nobody was taking him. But all right.
Well, I don't know, because Tobias has the religious leader of that, so that's a bit
Why would he use that? Why would he?
Yeah,
use
why
that?
would I use him? I just want to have a guy which no one is interested in.
Like the bearded guy who doesn't want.
Okay.
Come on, you're just stalling for time.
Venga, va. I'll bribe this guy, so that costs me 2 million. Venga. I'm good.
So finally, Omnicorp may take its turn, and that is me. So I will take my turn. I would like to draw a blackmail card, which is part of this action. Interesting. And then I will bribe this red military leader, which is actually currently controlled by business company, but he doesn't like it there. And since I got this PR expert, I'm not paying twice the price, but just once.
Oh my God, Heiko, why don't you want to contribute to my cause? Okay.
So you're only paying to the bank and not to the player?
Yeah, I'm not paying you anything, Jordi. I'm very sorry. So I'm just paying to...
Don't be sorry, it's totally okay. I don't mind.
In that case, that's all right. And it will become obvious why I wanted this guy later this turn.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. So, that was action number 1. We go on with action number 2, sell weapons. Did anybody pick that?
Actually, yes, I did.
Somebody did.
Am I the only one?
It seems so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I do is I sell weapons to the blue people. The Smurfs or something. Like, whoopsie. Come on.
So that's going to get you 4 million. Not bad.
Yeah. I know, but money is money. So now I try to...
Only money is money.
Yeah, only money is money. That's what's...
Direction number 3 they want to go.
Number 3.
I'm still waiting for the die to fall. Okay, it's number 3. So... Okay.
Should I move it for you?
Yeah, that would
Pop.
Okay, and
Oh,
3.
they're approaching the government.
The 3 was here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so nobody else sold weapons, so let's go to number 3.
Number
drilling
3, by drilling.
Drilling rights.
Pick that action. Action number 3,
I
by drilling
picked
right.
that action.
All right.
So before I start my action, I'm going to use a blackmail card that I have here to get this leader back.
You fucker.
Okay? Is that okay, Heiko?
It's not really okay, but you may do it because it's allowed by the rules.
It's really clever.
And then I'm going to buy this, these drilling rights here. And remember, since I have the political leader of the National Liberation Front, it doesn't cost me anything. Otherwise, I would have to pay 8, which is nice because I don't have that amount of money now. So that's good.
It pays to have friends.
Yeah. Just for a little bit of help from my friends. Yeah.
Number 3. Did anybody pick action number 4?
I did.
Me too. So you go first.
Yes. So before doing my action, Jordi, I want to take this. Do you mind?
God. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. And shell oil, and it gives me. Oops, let me. So it's 33.
So if you sell oil, you need a drilling right, which you have here in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you follow the pipelines and you can pick one of the harbors. In this case, there are 2 harbors where it leads to. This harbor is controlled by Brown, by the government. And that pays you again cross-reference the currently last Brown cube with the row, 33 monies. Or you could sell at this uncontrolled harbor.
I'd rather sell it on the harbor I control.
Uncontrolled harbor always pays you only 15 money, which is really bad. So you better sell in the government-controlled harbor.
So I get to 36. Yes.
Correct. And this one goes down. And then back.
And the cylinder, goes back. So huge leap here for Alvaro. He's in the lead with 36. Then it's Tobias with 17, Heiko, and me.
Well, let me take my turn.
I know.
Yes.
I can't be in the lead, and Alvaro will be in the lead far more than he is now.
Yeah.
So I also am selling oil. I only have this drilling right, and again I can pick between 2 harbors. This one, the one controlled by the communists. I wouldn't call them rebels or guerrillas. They're also they have a claim to controlling this country. So the Red Harbor or the uncontrolled one, the Red Harbor pays me 33, the uncontrolled pays me 15. But if I sail through the Red Harbor, whoever controls the red military leader can steal 10 from my gains. So the Red Harbor actually only pays me 23 because I have to pay 10 to that guy, which changed hands quite a few times this round. Which is not really that much more than 15, and I'm not throwing money at Alvaro, who's in the lead either way. So maybe I should do that instead.
Okay.
Maybe. But then again...
Let's put it here in the crossroads. It's thinking.
Let's take monies. No, I'm selling at this Red Harbor. Alvaro, please take 10 monies. I take 23.
Thank you, Heiko.
Yeah.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Just give him more money. That's
so Heiko, you just gave money to the one who is currently on the lead. Yeah.
Usually that's Tobias.
It sound tactical just
money to the leader, but today I'm doing it.
It's called networking.
No, it's called
It's a win-win relationship here.
Yeah, it's only a win relationship for you. No win-win about it.
Maybe somebody should take care of all those leaders you got. So that was this round. I'm flipping a new contingency card for next round. And again, it's a consultant, a mercenary. If you sell oil, like I just did, you may pick another player, and this player may not steal oil from you, which Alvaro just did. If I had the mercenary, I would have been safe from Alvaro's stupid military red leader. Okay.
Could have, bicycle chain.
Definitely. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Me too.
Not getting much more ready.
Yeah.
Business companies here. So anybody pick action number 1, networking?
Yes, I think so. Unless I misclicked.
You did.
Looks good. Awesome. So first thing I can do is I can try to blackmail peoples. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
You can use one blackmail card before doing anything else on your turn.
Okay. But I can either have my religious leader replace someone or use a blackmail card. No?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I have this blackmail card here, which I found somewhere.
Ooh.
Wow. I cannot counter that.
So remember that if Alvaro had the matching card, he would like cancel Tobias' card.
Yeah.
You don't have it, Alvaro? No?
No?
I won't use it now.
Okay. You have it, but you don't want to use it now. Okay.
Okay, so I'll take over this guy. I just need him for a bit. Now I make the regular action, which is
Draw a card.
blackmail card to my hand. Exactly. Yeah, that's looking good. Oh, now I need to zoom out again and find the board. And I want to get the red leader with the nice beard. This is setting me back 2 money. 2 money, guys. Okay, and that's my action. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So is somebody selling weapons?
No.
I don't. Heiko's not selling weapons either, I think.
So is somebody buying drilling rights?
I'm not. Heiko's not.
No.
Is somebody selling oil? Neither.
Well,
I am the only one who can sell oil, so I'm not doing that. So let's say that everybody is doing contingency then, right?
yeah, that's what it looks like.
Correct.
Okay, so
asked you
Alvaro is doing that first. So you take the mercenary. I'm going to take the event, right?
Yeah.
So, and we put it out, no?
Yeah, that's 2 blackmail cards plus 1 corruption.
Okay, so I'm going to draw 2 of those. And I'm going to add 1 to the corruption here. So we're at 95%.
So I only can take this consultant, which I definitely didn't want. It's a military advisor. Oh, it's not too bad.
Well, it's not bad. It's a good guy.
Good guy.
You can give him to me if you don't want.
Nah, I don't want to. I don't want to give it to you. So if anybody would take a contingency action now, they would just get 5 money. That's the default contingency action if there's no card here.
Okay.
Which is also pretty cool, I'd say. Better than selling weapons or getting a military advisor. Okay, so that was this round. And we flip a new contingency card. And again, there's a consultant, a sales representative. If you sell oil, you may use the next higher price on the chart. So if at the moment you would sell at a Brown Harbor, they pay 33, instead you will get 35.
Okay.
Not bad. All right. Pick your actions for this round.
Okay. Eva.
Sorry. Where am I in turn order? Pretty high up. I'm the first.
Oh,
nice. That is so nice. I know what to do.
Okay.
Okay. Wait for Jordi.
Yeah, sorry. Eva. Wrong card. Okay. I'm good.
So everybody picked. Did anybody pick action number 1, networking?
I did.
Oh, again.
Yeah.
Because we have so few leaders. We need more.
Yeah. And now I can bribe a leader.
Dude.
That's not your hand. Take away your hand. Go away.
Sorry,
Go away.
1 second.
Yes, 2 seconds.
I think you need to...
I mean, Tobias.
Yeah.
Why do you pick those cool leaders there? I mean, okay, I'll bribe Heiko's.
Yeah. He's way cooler than mine.
Yeah.
You're bribing them.
I have to pay 2 to Heiko, 2 for 2 to Heiko, 2 to the bank. So
Exactly.
Smart.
now I have 42.
All.
No, I think it's good. Did you take your blackmail card?
Oh, I got 2 monies.
Yes.
Yes, you did. Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Did anybody pick action number 2, sell weapons?
That might be me.
Indeed.
All right. Who's paying the most? Either brown or red peoples.
Yeah. The government or the guerrillas are going to pay you 4, but the National Liberation only 3.
Yeah, I think the government is looking good.
So the stronger a faction becomes, the less money they give you for new.
Yeah, because they have weapons already. So I sell weapons to the government. This, which they will give me like 4 monies for. Give me a second. Yeah, awesome. Where do they want to go to? They want to go to tumble.
Choice number 5.
Okay, take a word for it. So they want to go.
They can't go there because it's
Yeah, so I can choose where they go, and I think, they want to expand. Come on. Yeah. Here. That's where they want to go.
All
I want
right.
to pacify the northern regions.
Yeah, I
Looks
mean,
like.
it needs pacifying.
Yeah.
Did anybody pick action number 3? Yes, I did.
So where are you buying?
To buy drilling rights, I need a leader
Yeah.
to buy drilling rights from. I don't have any leader. I have a blackmail card. I could use my blackmail card to try to get a leader, but I don't have to. So I'm not doing that, and because I can't take my action now, I automatically
You go to
get
number 5.
instead.
Okay.
Did anybody
So
number 4 sell oil?
yeah, I'm going to sell oil, but I'm going to use my operation expert so that I can move one troop first.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy suddenly decides that he wants to go over here.
Whoa. I think you need to roll a die.
Yeah, you need to roll it out.
Hostia, okay.
He will leave that place, but you need to roll.
Okay.
Because maybe he wants to go the other direction. Who knows?
Wow, I choose.
Yeah, okay.
So it's going that direction. And now I'm going to sell this on this unoccupied port. And because I'm not giving Alvaro any money, what would be the difference? It would be 30 if I... yeah, no, it's okay. I've done this. I'm going to get 15. No?
Yeah, correct.
So I'm going... Sorry, Alvaro, but you're ahead, so I'm not going to give you more money.
It's okay.
That's 10.
I'll take it myself.
It's good. 15. And yeah, that's it.
So I get, because I now have action number 5, I get a sales representative. So if I sell oil, I always get more money, which is nice. If only I could sell oil. But somebody made it impossible for me to buy drilling rights. Who could that have been? All right. So let's see what will happen next round. There is a coup. So we increase corruption by 1. And this round, actions will be called in inverse order. So we start with contingency, then we will have sell oil, then buy drilling rights, and so on. If you take the coup action, the contingency action, you get 8 money and increase corruption by another 1.
Okay.
Whoa.
But I'm again the last guy to act.
I am the first person to act this round. Right? That's
Yes,
nice.
you are.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Whoa.
Okay.
I want to take that back.
Me too.
Yeah.
I actually want to. I would like to play this card.
Given that I'm the last one, I can't do what I want anyways.
Oh, I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Pretty sure.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
So, did anybody pick action number 5? Contingency. Oh, look, I did. Anybody else? No?
No.
Cool. So I get 8 monies and increase corruption by 1.
Yeah.
Next, please.
So nobody's going to sell oil, I'm guessing, because nobody has oil rights. So that would be buy drilling rights. I'm going to buy drilling rights.
Oh.
So
Who was first?
at the start of my turn, I'm going to use this contingency card.
Blackmail card?
Blackmail card, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Just, Alvaro, is that okay if I take this from you?
You can do that.
Okay. And I'm going to buy for free with my military in
Political?
my political leader of the blue faction. I'm going to buy the same one as I bought before. And I'm done.
Okay, I am killing this political leader here,
Religious.
and there's a new religious leader in
Up for
the
grabs there.
country, in the government,
Uh-huh.
and now I'm buying drilling rights for free for this government, and I am placing the. I'm placing it here. And that's all.
Okay.
It's good.
So I'm the only one who's left, right?
Mhm.
Okay. In that case, I sell weapons. I still have a red leader, so I sell weapons to the people and drop it here.
Like it's hot.
Okay, so what happens here?
Oops. So what happens? Where's the die?
Well, actually, you don't have to roll.
That's
Yeah.
He cannot go to the north. There's already a red control
So
area.
he's walking to the right anyways.
Correct.
And who would have thought
pew 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 pew.
Yeah, they kill each other,
Let me help you here.
which is nice because it will improve prices. Which was the whole point of this exercise.
Sweet. So that was this round. Let's flip a new round card. Again, an event. Pipelines are tapped. We increase corruption by 1. And if you take the contingency action, you steal 5 money from any player with drilling rights, and you increase corruption by 1.
Okay.
That is the third event card. So we know for kind of certain that the next 2 or 3 cards are not events. Yeah. What's this? Alvaro, is this your card for this turn? In that case, you forgot.
Oh, it's from last turn. Sorry.
Oh. Let me see. I'm not too bad this round. So everybody picked the action.
Yep.
Did anybody pick action number 1, networking?
I did
Yes,
not.
I did. So I'm the only one. I take a blackmail card. Draw 1. Yes. Thank you very much. Then I get to bribe a leader. What do you all want to do? So. Interesting. I think I will want to. I want to bribe this guy here.
Are you sure?
Ooh.
No, not
It
really.
sounds smart.
But I mean, the point is, I want to bribe one of you guys because you're kind of in the lead.
But I have 2 blackmail cards in my hand.
Yeah, but I'm just bribing him. I mean, I'm not really.
Yeah, you're not blackmailing. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna take this guy. So this costs me only 2 money because I'm only paying to the bank. My PR expert works on that. And I'm done.
Okay.
Awesome.
Did anybody pick action number 2? Sell weapons.
I might have. All right. Let's sell more weapons to the communists. I think they need more. Oops. Oops.
No.
Can you
No.
help me out?
Here
Where
or
do you
there?
want it? On north or south?
In the starting region, please. I have
Here.
one or few problems with the laptop. And again, there's only really one place they can go. Exactly, so that's what they do, and I get 4 money. So.
Did anybody pick action number 3, buy drilling rights?
Nope.
Did anybody pick action number 4, sell oil?
I did.
All right.
So I'm going, first of all, I'm going to do, I'm going to use my operations expert and say, I will try and move this guy here.
All right.
So
before you do that,
yeah,
you may want to think about it.
Yeah, it doesn't look really smart to me.
Not to me either.
Why not?
What is your what are you planning to do? So this guy can either move here or there. If it moves there, then
it's taking a risk.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's 1/3 chance that they go there.
Yeah, and you don't have anything to gain.
Yeah, of course I have something to gain, because if I move this guy here, then Alvaro is only getting 15 when he sells oil. Right?
But he's not selling oil this turn.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah, he's not selling this turn. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to have this guy move then.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
So let's see. Here, I rolled a 4. So this guy goes invading here, no?
Yeah.
Pip, pip. And then I'm selling through my ungoverned port, so I get 15.
Okay.
Let me guess your card. Wait, don't flip it. Ah, I knew it.
So now I don't earn any money, right?
Correct, but you still increase corruption by 1.
Amazing. So proud.
Not really. Oi. So in 3 rounds, the game might be over.
Corruption, so viewers can see it better. It's currently at 99%. So next event will trigger the end game.
Well, we still have some time left. So there's a new consultant, a strategy advisor. When you sell weapons, you always pick the movement.
Okay, that's good. Looks like a good card for Tobias, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit late in the game. But you're right.
Okay.
So, have you picked your actions?
Not yet. Let me just think 1 second.
Well, it's not necessarily late in the game. You could have another 10 rounds.
Yeah. But I think this strategy of focusing on weapon sales isn't efficient in the long run.
I'm good.
Did anybody pick action number 1? Yes, I did.
I did not.
Right, so I get one of these cards. Very nice. And then I get to bribe a leader. Let me see, what is the plan of this this player down here? Huh. I will bribe. I will bribe this leader.
Okay.
So I pay 2 to the bank and nothing.
And
to
nothing to me. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. And I'm done.
So number 2.
Anybody number 2?
Tobias?
Anybody?
No. I somehow missed it.
Anybody action number 3 by drilling rights?
I did.
Jordi did.
So Heiko, let's see.
No.
Can I
It's not too good.
can I get that
Yeah, you can.
political leader, please?
I have no idea why you want that now, but you can have it.
I think I
No idea.
good.
Yeah?
And I'm drilling in the same region. I think it's good.
You know the place.
Yeah. Like I'm friendly, the locals know me, so
Yeah.
all good.
It's kind of free, so that's nice. Anybody pick action number 4, sell oil?
I did.
You did.
Uh-huh. And
Did.
I do sell oil here, but I say nobody can steal the oil because I'm the one controlling it. So everything is all right. So it's 33, right?
No, it's actually 30.
It's 30 because it's controlled by the red faction.
Yeah, because they are pretty powerful right now.
Okay, 30.
Somebody's
But-
been selling them weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, 30, so it's 72.
Ah,
And that's all.
Tobias, you're the last one left.
Yeah,
What did you-
exactly. I'm taking that guy.
That's good.
Which expert person?
Strategy advisor.
Yeah, good.
And there's a new one for the next round. It's a technician. If you steal oil, you may steal in the drilling region instead of
the
oil.
port. Okay. Interesting.
That's great. That's
That's
great.
good for the people that control military leaders.
Nah. Nah. So, everybody picked Anna. Business company, what are you waiting for?
I am. I'm done.
All right. Anybody pick action number 1, networking?
No.
Anybody pick action number 2, sell weapons?
Oh,
Surprise.
Mine
surprise.
surprising.
I did.
Whoa! What?
I
Unusual.
did.
Okay.
And I'm selling
So
weapons.
it's Albert first.
Yes,
Yes?
I'm selling weapons to this government.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
need.
that's
they
a good
need
idea.
some.
That's a good idea.
I cannot see the numbers. Okay.
4.
Yeah. So I'm selling weapons to the government here,
I can't sell weapons to the government anyway. Don't have a leader.
and I'll roll the die. It says 1.
It goes here, south.
Yes. And I'm earning this $5. $4.
4 million.
Yeah.
For the millions. Oh, sorry. Let's read it out.
Alright, so now I can sell weapons, right?
Yep.
Yes? Yeah? Okay, good. I think I want to sell weapons to the red people. Because I like. Whoops.
They fight for freedom.
Yeah, they fight for freedom and they walk here because I can control that. So they occupy the government's space, and they also give me free money.
But
That's like nothing.
can you put that directly there? You should roll.
No, I can't. I need to put it right to the left.
Yeah.
Now decide where it goes, and then decide it goes to the right.
Yeah.
Because my interface is a bit wonky,
Strategy
shorten.
advisor. Yeah, that's true. Correct.
Okay.
So buy drilling rights.
Oh yes, I do. You don't, Jordi?
No.
Okay. So I buy drilling rights. That's not a problem. I know this guy, this red leader. That's he's nice. He sells me these. Well, I already had them before. That's my place. I'm done.
Okay. So I'm going to, as you might think, I'm going to sell oil, but I'm going to move a guy first. So I'm basically going to, I choose this one to move.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see where he goes, no?
Yeah.
I rolled a 5, so he goes here, and they both go back to the counter, no? To the track.
Yeah.
What happens if he walks to?
Ja. If you can't, wenn nicht kann, dann ist es wie eine 6 gewürfelt.
Genau.
So I'm going to sell this in an uncontrolled board as usual.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take 15.
Perfect.
And that's me done.
And that's it. So let's see what comes up next. Another consultant. It's a researcher. When you network, you always draw an extra blackmail card and then discard one.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And let me see.
Okay, what am I going to do now?
You're purple, right?
Me? Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody picked the actions. Did anybody pick action number 1, networking?
I did.
But I go first.
Yeah, you go first.
So I will do some networking by drawing this card here. One of those cards. And then I bribe this guy here. And yeah, since I got this PR expert, I'm not paying anything to you at all.
It's good of you to point that out each and every time.
Point it out.
Makes everyone feel way better.
And I'm done.
You're done, okay?
Okay, so I'm going to draw a card too. So actually I'm drawing the last card, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then we flip and reshuffle.
That's good. And then I'm going to
My game kind of.
yeah, I'm going to bribe this leader. So that's going to cost me, set me back 2.
Yeah, not sure, was ich machen muss.
And I'm done.
Fenster zu, neu öffnen, oder?
Ja, ich versuche zu aktualisieren.
So, is somebody selling weapons?
Yes, would you mind flipping my card? Exactly.
So.
And I'm selling weapons to the red faction again.
Oh, they only pay 3 now.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Where do you want them to go?
Let me check.
Either go here or there.
No, the coast. The coast looks better. The coast looks better.
Okay.
And
No.
no, they want to occupy here the central exit.
Okay.
Alright.
And you would be so nice to pay me the money.
I pay you the money.
Yeah, I need to reload those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
There
get
you
3
go.
million. And then Alvaro, what are you doing?
I did a wrong thing because I cannot buy drilling rights. Right? Because the
No,
crown-
right now.
Correct.
Well,
Correct.
unless you have like maybe a blackmail card somewhere.
Well, but he doesn't use it. If you have a blackmail card, you may use it to make your turn
Yeah,
possible.
but you don't need to use it.
No, I don't have it. I don't have an available, a suitable blackmail card. So
You're going to go to number 5, so you take the researcher.
okay.
Yeah, you don't have to put. You're the last player, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
I give it to you. So,
Okay, let's go to next turn.
this time you have a new advisor. It's a cultural advisor. At the start of your turn, instead of blackmail, you may switch one of your leaders with another one of the same faction.
Okay.
So instead of playing a blackmail card or using a religious leader, you may just switch 2 leaders of the same color, one of which must be yours.
Okay, interesting.
And what do we do now? We do this, I guess. So, everybody, Anna, Alvo,
Alvaro.
what is your plan?
Sorry?
You didn't pick a card yet. You should pick a card.
Oh, sorry. One card of those?
No.
What? What card?
Yeah, your card for the turn.
An action card.
Good. What is going on there?
It's here. It's already here.
Oh,
Okay.
We can't see it. Can you take it back and place it anew?
I can't see it.
Yeah, we can see it. Oh, sorry, Alvaro.
It's an invisible card.
Bueno,
How come you cannot see it?
Simply take it back and play it new. Play it again.
Okay, 1 second.
It looks like you're doing something with cards, but yeah.
okay, now we can see it.
All right.
Okay.
So, anybody pick action number 1?
Network.
Network.
All right.
Okay, I draw 2 cards and then I look at them and discard one because I have this.
Alvo goes first.
Oh, damn.
So Alvaro has the researcher, so instead of drawing 1 blackmail, he draws 2 and then discards 1.
Correct. You don't have to discard one of the cards you did draw. You can discard any one of your blackmail cards.
Okay. And
But it goes to discard.
yeah, sorry. And now I will bribe a leader.
Mm-hmm.
And which one?
And
The
which
question.
Right.
I guess it will be the red one.
Oh, the red one.
Ooh.
The red one. Really expensive. Costs you 6, my friend.
It costs him
can I
6
say?
because
You have money. Burn.
Yeah, you have money to burn.
3 to Heiko and 3 to the bank.
Yeah, do that. It's good.
Yes, I will. Or maybe I should take Jordi's blue. Yeah, Jordi blue is 1 less. So yes,
Even 2 less.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You're
Yeah.
giving
1 less for Jordi, 1 less for the bank. So it's
you're giving me
72.
2, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sweet. Tobias, what is your plan?
Okay, I take a blackmail card. Of course, allowed to do that. Oh, good blackmail card. And now I want to blackmail a guy. I want to blackmail a brown guy. Specifically, the brown guy with the hat. Because I
You
don't-
bribe him. You don't blackmail him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
bribe him because I don't have people with hats. This is 4 money.
Get some money.
Yeah, and you gain 2.
You
Okay.
gain 2 Autor.
Yeah.
Okay, 74 then.
This Alvaro guy, he's too strong. I need to do something against it.
Yeah, it's amazing how
So,
much
and
money.
now we're going to sell weapons. Is somebody selling some weapons?
No.
Unfortunately not.
No.
Anybody?
Buying drilling rights? I am.
I'm selling oil actually. Sorry.
So, okay, I'll do my turn. So, Autor, I want that guy back, please, if that's possible.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
It came and went. So sad.
Yeah, he's a bit fickle, I think, this leader.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's an old friend of Jordy's, so
Yeah.
I can understand him.
I mean, we've done a lot of business together. So, yeah. So, but this time I'm going to do it here.
Oh. Oof.
And
Alright.
so you're selling oil?
Yeah,
Heiko?
correct.
Even though
Yes.
I have to say that we did saw you changing your card, huh?
Yeah, I know I played the wrong card. I'm really sorry.
Don't worry.
I was planning to sell oil and it just kind of didn't work. My office did something wrong there. So I'm selling this oil here. And I'm selling it.
That's going to net you 26.
It would net me 26 unless I would have a sales representative.
Oh, true.
And that means it nets me 30.
Nice.
Okay. That's a good boost.
So that was this round, right?
Yep.
Very good.
So we have a new consultant, a veteran. It helps you selling weapons. If you have matching leaders, you get extra money when you sell weapons. The more you have, the more money you get. And why is my position in turn order this time?
Oh, pretty early. Looking good.
Looking good.
Okay, so we've all played the card. So somebody did networking.
Nah.
No one?
No?
No.
Okay. Anyone sell weapons?
Nah.
By any chance?
No.
You're first.
Yeah, that's right. Me first. Heiko, if you would help me out with the cube positioning.
Yes, for sure. Whom are you selling?
I sell weapons to the brown people.
Oh, great
the
idea.
Government, and they want to occupy their starting position again.
They can't do that.
Why not?
Because they have troops, so they can go here or there. They can go.
Yeah, they go to either of these places,
Okay,
and then I
okay.
move them to the starting position.
Because you can just move them anywhere.
I can do whatever
Yeah,
I
with
want.
his strategy advisor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
okay,
it.
and that's getting me for money.
Should I do that for you as well?
That would be totally sweet.
I'm working on it. There you are.
Course. Yeah.
So, Alvaro, whom do you want? You can't sell any
Well, you
weapons.
can't really sell weapons. However, you're going to need a leader to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to use that.
Okay.
I'm going to use that.
You want to blackmail the brown political
You
leader.
want to blackmail my guy?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
I do have the card.
No, you can't play another one. Sorry.
I cannot play another one.
No, it's not possible. Doesn't help you to have more than one at this point of time.
Okay. It was allowed previously, right?
Was it? No,
Yes.
it should not have
In our testings, yes.
In a very early iteration, I think, but we took it out pretty soon because it makes things complicated and.
Okay.
But, I mean, if both of you are all right with that, you can still use that because we didn't explain the change beforehand. So if
No, it's okay. It's okay. So I cannot do the action. So I do action number 5.
Yeah.
Right.
let's pull out card number 5 instead. So anybody wants to buy drilling rights?
I don't.
But I want to. And before I do that, I would like to blackmail this military leader here, Tobias.
What? Why? He's mine.
Oh, yeah, I know. Do you have a blackmail against him?
I have objections. Is that sufficient?
No, sorry. Very sorry for that.
Yeah, okay, then.
So, but I'm buying drilling rights from the same place I always buy from, like this guy over here, because I know him and it's for free. I'm done.
Okay, so I will sell.
That's the last
But
time.
first of all, I'm going to use my bearded guy to do this. Yes. And then I can move. I can use the operations expert to make one troop first. So let me see.
Move the brown guy away from the coast.
Yes.
I'm actually going to move this guy here.
Okay.
So he's forcibly going here, right?
He has no choice.
So
That's good.
and then I'm going to take 33 from here. No?
That is kind of correct, yes.
Yeah, 33 as we see here on the lower part. So that's me done.
And then I think Alvaro, you get that.
I have a question. Even with action, in this case, can I blackmail first and then take the action?
Yes, you can.
Yes?
Yeah.
I can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Even though Heiko is saying it, it's still true.
All right.
Take this one, Jordi?
Yeah. I don't have any card, any blackmail cards left.
And then I take this guy, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we remember this guy helps you when you sell weapons.
Now you can sell weapons better, right?
Okay, so can you take new card?
So this, it's we increase corruption by 1, and whoever wants to try can try to get development aid. That is 8 money.
And increase corruption by 1. So if I'm not mistaken, the game ends at the end of this round, right?
Yes, this is the last round.
Okay. And I'm last. That's good.
I am second.
I'm kind of the first. I think I might network a bit. Or maybe I should start by drilling rights too, because you guys were pretty successful that way.
Get some of those drilling rights.
Yeah, okay, cool. I will.
Let me see. Question, Heiko. Can we see how many cards are in the pile or no?
In which pile?
In this one.
In the discard pile?
Yeah.
In the discard, yeah. We can always check them. It's always allowed to see what's beneath. But I mean.
So that's all.
I don't think it makes much sense. Yeah.
Okay.
No way I'm. What? Yeah.
Okay. I've played my card. I don't know. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes Alvaro's card we can see it, but we can now. So, has somebody played
Probably
networking?
networking. And well, okay.
So Abra goes first.
I'm
Okay.
gonna buy this guy.
From Heiko. Okay.
Yes. And
Why would you want to do that?
sorry. First, I use that.
So he
Take
has
your
a blackmail card to get my political leader. Wow,
And
government
then I
political
will-
leader.
Oh, wait a second. Did you already draw a blackmail card?
No, I'm doing it now.
Okay.
And now I'm bribing your guy, which costs me.
It costs you.
It's rather expensive.
It's
Yes,
3
very-
to Heiko and 3 to the bank.
Okay, so my score will be 68. No.
That was so nice of you.
Yeah, no problem.
And now it's my turn, right?
Correct.
Let me see. Well, first of all, I'm going to draw a card, which gives you the last card in the pile. Oh my god, this is unfortunate. I cannot use that card, no?
No. You can only use cards you have
That's
on your hand
really
before.
unfortunate.
Pity you are doing your thing before I can use
I
it,
have to
guys.
try. Okay, Alvaro, I'm going to buy that guy from you. So I'm giving you 3 now, and I'm losing 6. So I'm 70.
What are you doing? Sorry?
I'm buying this guy from you.
Oh, you're
Not,
doing
not buying.
I'm
bribing.
bribing him. I'm bribing him.
Yeah.
So you get 3 million, Alvaro.
Thank you.
And I'm done.
Thank you.
Looks good. Looks good.
Why does everybody want this guy? I don't understand you.
Yeah.
This makes no sense
At all.
at all.
Okay.
So, anybody picked action number 2? Sell weapons.
No.
Number 3, buy drilling rights.
No.
Number 4. Oh, yes, I did look here. So, before I do my action, I would play this card to blackmail this guy.
Look, I have I'm sorry.
Damn! All right.
I was really lucky. That's obviously the card that I just picked.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Heiko.
sorry.
Maybe you will want to sell your oil through the government.
I
you can't.
look, I got this guy. I can go here or there, and both ports.
No, he can go to the next one, right?
No.
There's a line.
No, I'm selling from here. It goes down here or down there.
Yeah.
Can it go by this way? This
No.
way?
No, this.
They're
Okay.
Look, the lines are not connected. Once you're at the harbor to ship the oil out, you cannot unship it
Pump it back.
to
Pump
next
it down.
harbor.
Next one. No.
So that means that Heiko gets 16 and I get 10?
No. That's not what that means. Look, I have this guy. He's a sales representative.
Okay.
And I don't get 16, I get 20.
And
But
I get
that's
10.
still not.
I'm going to take 10.
Okay.
Oof.
Now I'm the only one who cares about this country, so I get some development aid.
Yeah. You are taking the event, so you take 8 million and increase the corruption by 1.
So we have another corruption that resets the track and we keep playing. No, I'm joking.
Okay, so that's the end game here.
Oh.
I'm so happy to say that I won by just 1 million, but that was really lucky. I didn't deserve the win.
Yeah, I mean, winning by 1 million, that's like losing.
I know. Still feels good though, I would say. No, it was very cool. I felt at the beginning that I was falling a bit behind, but this guy, the operations expert, I think really helped me to, I was only getting 15 every time I sold, but that also meant that nobody else was getting anything. So
yeah, and that's very important that you don't have to pay the other players off. That gives you really a lead.
And you played really well to your consultant. I mean,
that I have to say it helped me a lot. What do you think, guys? What do you think about the game? Alvaro had 3 consultants, and you, Heiko, had 3 consultants, and Tobias was like me, just 1. But it was very good for your strategy too, no?
I had 3, but kind of one of those was like a free consultant because I had a different action that didn't work out. I never really used it. I mean, the military advisor. So, yeah.
Yeah, same here. A good consultant that I could have used if I actually used it. This one?
The researcher.
The researcher, and also, well, the mercenary. You were not stealing oil from me. Not oil, the military guys, because I had him. So when I was going to to sell oil, it was useless for you to buy this guy from me. And the veteran, I got it at the end, and I didn't use it. But those 2 were very helpful.
Yeah, you took the mercenaries so nobody else got it, right? Because you had all the military leaders at that point of time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, but I thought that was a very good move from you, because you had all the military leaders. So
yeah,
that was great.
Yeah. Selling weapons all the game isn't really a winning move, by the way, in case you didn't notice. I think you get a really surprising amount of money in the early game, because as long as the other peoples have not sold any oil or have only sold oil once, you're competitive. But as soon as people start selling oil on a regular basis, you fall behind. And the ability to influence the board state via the troops is very limited.
Yeah, well, I mean, selling weapons makes more sense if you have, for example, the veteran.
Yeah.
Because then it actually gives you real money.
Yeah. Well, also gives you board control here, and you can try and annoy the other players when they're selling by making the boards uncontrolled. That's also nice.
Yeah.
So in any case, I don't know if you want to add something else, or we should give a wrap up for this video.
Well, it was fun playing with you guys. I think there's something broken because I didn't win. So something terribly wrong. Actually, I do think that we might increase gains from selling oil slightly.
Okay.
You think so?
Yeah. To actually make that a viable strategy on its own. But then we're going to have to test with the veteran, because if that comes up very early and you earn more...
You want to increase revenue from selling oil?
No, not selling oil, weapons.
Weapons, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to make it a bit more viable, I think. Yeah, that would be great. So as you can see, we're still fine-tuning the game. For the viewers, you know that you can go to Tabletopia.
Hey, the viewers, sorry. Hey, viewers, no, we're not fine.
You're fighting so long that Heiko wins each time.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Then the game is ready to go. That's cool. Okay, so Ale, let's say bye-bye to the viewers. Here's Jordi, bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm Heiko, bye.
Bye from Tobias.
And from Alvaro, bye-bye.